Hey everybody, welcome back to BobkeTV. Next up, a level saddle. On the rides that I do a lot of group rides to this day, a lot of charity rides. And I see an infinite variety of angles that people place their saddles. And I'm not sure that everybody is aware that for me, the ideal saddle is dead flat as a pancake, level to the horizon. And if I'm not mistaken, most saddles are designed with that in mind. Now there is slight variations, but that takes years to come to terms with. After many years and thousands of miles, you can make micro adjustments. Unless you're at that place, though, I would suggest you start with a dead level saddle. In order to do that, this is your friend. This is a rather expensive carpenter's level, but it is indispensable in finding a level saddle. Now, there's so many different designs of saddles these days. What you want to do is calculate from the tip to where your sit bones would come to their logical conclusion at the end of a saddle. A lot of saddles have grooves down the middle now, so it's not logical to put the level in those grooves at the back of your saddle or at the front of your saddle. So make sure that you have the right place on the saddle to take the measurement. But the first thing you do before that is see what level ground the bike is on. So whenever I start to level my saddle, I look and see where the ground is. So this is not quite flat. But it's pretty close. Another thing is air pressure. If one tire is flatter than the other, that could change whether or not the bike is level against the ground. So all things being equal, as long as there's air in the tires, that's the same, you can have a slight variation for the pitch on the ground where the bike is sitting before you calculate that. So I'm going to memorize that, and the back end of the bubble is just at the line. So when I move up to the saddle, that's where I'm going to try to replicate that as closely as possible. So this is my fixed gear bike. I haven't used it in a while or cleaned it in a while, so I apologize for that. So make sure, so if I were to measure that against what it is, it looks like the tip is way down. So I'm going to have, ideally it's going to be right about there. So this is a Campagnolo record seat post. It has a 5mm Allen key. Just loosen that. And try to make sure that you don't change where the rails sit, because that will change to fore aft. So it was pretty close, but a couple of clicks in here ought to do it. You want it pretty secure, because that can change the level of the saddle also. So that was like 2 clicks on the Campagnolo old school records. Now that is virtually identical to what it was, if not as close as you can get. That is pretty close right there. That is almost exactly what it was. That is how you get your saddle level, carpenter's level, and make sure the tires have the same pressure. Ideally, you have a level floor, then you can get it right in between. It would be a lot easier, but if not, you can improvise a little bit. And good luck. Click on my face to subscribe. Click on the t-shirt to order some merchandise. Thumbs up, greatly appreciated. Please comment, how do you guys get your seat level? Or whatever else you want, as long as the language is nice and squeaky clean. And follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks a lot.